The Galactic Council had ruled the galaxy in peace for 3,000 years. It was a time when all the alien species lived together without conflict, sharing knowledge, trading goods, and respecting each other's borders. Humanity, once feared for its strength and fierce nature, had become explorers and diplomats, known more for their curiosity than for their power. But not everyone in the galaxy had forgotten the old days when humans were warriors, unstoppable and brutal in war. In the heart of the Galactic Council, a secret meeting was held. Only the most powerful council members were invited, and their faces were tense with worry. The meeting room was dimly lit, the air thick with unease. The reason for this gathering was simple but terrifying. A prophecy had been discovered, one that spoke of humanity's return to its warrior ways. It claimed that humans would rise once more, and when they did, no force in the galaxy would be able to stop them. Counselor Thalax, an old and wise alien from the Zeltar species, sat at the head of the table. His voice was calm, but there was a clear sense of fear behind it. This prophecy, he said, holding up a glowing scroll, was found in the ancient ruins of a forgotten world. It speaks of humans, rising again as warriors, leading to the fall of the galaxy as we know it. There was a murmur of disbelief around the table. Some council members shook their heads, not wanting to believe such a thing. After all, humans had been peaceful for centuries. They were explorers, diplomats, and traders. War was the last thing anyone expected from them. But humans have changed, Counselor Ryden, a tall reptilian alien, said. They no longer seek war. They have been peaceful for 3,000 years, just like the rest of us. Why should we fear them now? Thalax's eyes narrowed. You forget too easily, Ryden. Humans may appear peaceful, but they are still the same species that nearly destroyed the galaxy in the Great Wars. They were once the greatest warriors we had ever seen. And now, this prophecy warns us that their time is coming again. The council room grew silent. The weight of Thalax's words sank in. Ryden still seemed unconvinced, but other members of the council began to exchange worried glances. The idea of humans returning to their old ways sent a chill down their spines. We need proof, Counselor Zahara, a small but sharp-minded alien, spoke up. If humans are truly preparing for war, we should be able to find signs of it. Spies, informants, there must be something to show us whether they are hiding dangerous secrets. Thalax nodded. Agreed. We will send agents to investigate. If humans are indeed preparing for war, we must know now, before it is too late. The council members murmured in agreement, but there was a deep sense of unease among them. No one wanted to believe that humans, after so many years of peace, could still pose a threat. But the fear was there, growing quietly like a dark shadow. In the coming days, the council sent spies to Earth and its surrounding colonies. They were careful, not wanting to alert the humans to their presence. What they found was disturbing. Hidden military bases, old warships buried deep in space, and whispers of ancient technologies being reactivated. It seemed that humanity was indeed preparing for something. Reports began to flood into the council. Each one painted the same picture. Humanity, though peaceful on the surface, was still a warrior race at heart. The evidence could no longer be ignored. When the council met again, the mood was darker than before. The fear had grown stronger. Even those who had doubted the prophecy now felt uneasy. The humans were hiding something powerful. And if the prophecy was true, it wouldn't be long before that power was unleashed. As the meeting ended, Thalax stood before the council, his voice low and serious. We must prepare, he said. The time of peace is over. The humans will rise again, and when they do, we must be ready. With that, the council left the chamber. Each member filled with the same growing fear. The humans were coming, and there might be no way to stop them. The Galactic Council had sent its best spies to Earth. Their mission was simple: find out if the humans were secretly preparing for war. The Council feared that humanity, once peaceful, was hiding dangerous secrets. Whispers of old warships, hidden bases, and ancient technology had reached the Council's ears. But they needed proof. One of these spies was Clar, a highly skilled operative from the Ventra species. He had been sent to Earth to blend in with the human population. Clar looked like an ordinary human, thanks to advanced holographic technology, which made his appearance identical to any Earth native. His task was to investigate Earth's hidden military bases and report back to the Council. Landing in one of Earth's major cities, Clark quickly learned that humans still lived as explorers, diplomats, and traders. There were no signs of open war preparations. People went about their daily lives working, studying, and exploring the stars. On the surface, it seemed like nothing was wrong, but Clark wasn't fooled. He knew that the real secrets were hidden beneath the surface. Late one night, Clark managed to hack into a high-security database. What he found shocked him. Humanity had secret military facilities deep underground, far away from public eyes. These bases held advanced weaponry, powerful ships, and even super soldiers in cryo-sleep. It was clear that humans were preparing for something big. One of these hidden bases was located beneath the Antarctic ice sheet. Clark decided to investigate. Disguised as a scientist, he made his way to the frozen continent. The entrance to the base was hidden, only accessible through a secret tunnel carved into the ice. Inside, Clark found exactly what he had feared: rows of war machines, large and deadly, waiting to be activated. Walking through the base, Clark saw ancient human warships, battle tanks, and weapons far more advanced than anything the galaxy had ever seen. There were soldiers, too, kept in cryo-sleep chambers, ready to be awakened if war ever came. The humans had prepared for this moment for centuries, hiding their most dangerous weapons from the galaxy. Clark knew the truth now. Humans weren't just peaceful explorers. They were warriors, waiting for the right time to strike. The prophecy was true. Humanity would rise again, and no one in the galaxy could stop them. Clark quickly sent a message back to the Galactic Council. "The humans are preparing for war," he wrote. "They have hidden weapons, advanced ships, and soldiers in cryo-sleep. They have not forgotten their warrior ways." Back on the Council's homeworld, the message sent shockwaves through the members. Some had still doubted the prophecy, but now, with Clark's report, there was no room for doubt. Humanity was indeed preparing for war, and it was only a matter of time before they unleashed their hidden power. In the following days, more reports came in from other spies across Earth's colonies. Everywhere they looked, they found similar secrets: hidden military bases, ancient war machines, and signs of preparations for a major conflict. Humanity had been quiet for 3,000 years, but now it seemed they were ready to return to their old ways. Counselor Thalax, the leader of the Galactic Council, gathered the members for an emergency meeting. "We have all seen the reports," he said, his voice tense. "The humans have been hiding their true strength. They have been preparing for war right under our noses. The prophecy was not a myth, it is real." The council chamber was filled with tension. Some members wanted to act immediately, striking the humans before they could become a bigger threat. Others believed that peace was still possible if they could talk to humanity and find out their true intentions. Counselor Ryden, who had always believed in peace, now seemed unsure. "If we confront them, we could start the war we are trying to avoid," he said. "But if we do nothing, the humans might strike first." The room fell silent. No one knew what the right move was. Should they strike now and prevent the rise of humanity as warriors? Or should they wait and risk the humans launching a devastating attack on the galaxy? Thalax stood, his voice low and serious. "We must be ready. War is coming whether we want it or not. The humans have not forgotten their past. It is time for us to decide, will we be ready when they come for us?" The council members looked at each other, fear growing in their hearts. Humanity had kept its secrets well, but now those secrets were out, and the galaxy might not survive what was coming next. The Galactic Council had no choice. After Clark's shocking reports of hidden human military bases, powerful warships, and super soldiers in cryo-sleep, the decision had to be made. The evidence was undeniable. Humanity was preparing for war, and the Council could not wait for them to strike first. Counselor Thalax called an emergency meeting of the Council. The room was packed with representatives from all the major species of the galaxy. There was tension in the air, fear hanging over every word spoken. No one wanted war, but now it seemed like there was no other option. Thalax, the leader of the council, stood at the center of the chamber. His voice was calm but filled with a sense of urgency. "We have all seen the reports," he said. "Humanity has hidden their true strength for centuries. They have been quietly preparing for this moment, and now the time has come. We must act before it is too late." There were murmurs of agreement from the council members. Some were still hesitant, but the fear of what humans could do if they were allowed to strike first was too great. Everyone knew the stories of humanity's ancient wars. how they had nearly destroyed entire civilizations with their brutal tactics and unmatched strength. No one wanted to see that happen again. Counselor Ryden, who had once believed in peace with humanity, now stood with a troubled look on his face. "What if we are wrong?" he asked. "What if humanity does not want war? What if we are the ones starting a conflict that could have been avoided?" Thalax shook his head. "We cannot take that risk, Ryden. The prophecy is clear, and the evidence is even clearer. Humanity is preparing for something, and it's not peace. If we wait, we may be too late." Ryden sighed, knowing deep down that Thalax was right. The signs were there: hidden war machines, advanced technology, soldiers in cryosleep. Humanity was a ticking time bomb, and the Council had no idea when it would explode. Finally, after hours of tense debate, the decision was made. The Galactic Council voted unanimously to declare war on humanity. It was a decision that sent shockwaves through the galaxy. For 3,000 years, there had been peace between all the species, and now that peace was shattered, messages were sent to all corners of the galaxy. War fleets were mobilized, soldiers were called to arms, and defenses were strengthened. The entire galaxy was preparing for a war like no other. A war against the humans, the most feared warriors in history. On Earth, the news spread quickly. Humanity had been warned of the Council's decision. They were no longer trusted, no longer seen as peaceful explorers. The galaxy had turned against them. But instead of fear, there was a strange calm among the humans. In secret military bunkers deep underground, human leaders gathered. They had known this day would come. For centuries, they had prepared for it. The Galactic Council had always been afraid of humanity's potential, and now that fear had pushed them to declare war. General Marcus Vance, the commander of Earth's hidden military forces, stood in front of a group of high-ranking officers. His face was hard, his voice steady. "The Council has made their move," he said. "They think they can take us down before we're ready. But they're wrong." The officers nodded, their expressions determined. They had been training for this moment for generations, keeping their strength hidden from the galaxy, waiting for the right time to reveal it. Now the time had come. "We have the advantage," General Vance continued. "The Council doesn't know the full extent of our power. They think they've seen our hidden bases, our old warships, but they've only scratched the surface. We've been preparing for this war for 3,000 years, and now we will show them what humanity is truly capable of." Across Earth and its colonies, the human war machine roared to life. Massive fleets of warships, hidden for centuries in deep space, began to emerge. Advanced weapon systems, more powerful than anything the galaxy had ever seen, were activated. And the soldiers, the super soldiers kept in cryo-sleep, were awakened, ready to fight once again. As the Galactic Council's fleets moved toward Earth, they had no idea what they were about to face. They believed they were fighting the same humans they had known for centuries, peaceful explorers, diplomats. But they were wrong. The humans were warriors, and they were ready for war. As the first wave of Council ships approached Earth's defense perimeter, alarms blared across the planet. Humanity's forces were ready, and as the enemy ships entered their range, the order was given. "Fire!" The skies lit up with a storm of energy blasts, missiles, and devastating weapons. The Galactic Council had declared war on humans, but they had no idea just how powerful their enemy had become. The war had begun, and it was only the beginning of humanity's return as the galaxy's greatest warriors. The Galactic Council's fleets had entered Earth's space, confident in their strength. They believed their superior numbers would be enough to crush the humans before they could fully mobilize. But they were wrong, terribly wrong. The first wave of Council ships moved in fast, their sleek metallic hulls shining against the backdrop of stars. From the command ship, Admiral Vartek, a respected leader of the Council's forces, gave the order to attack. His ships opened fire, sending energy blasts toward Earth's outer defenses. The Council believed this would be an easy victory, but they underestimated humanity. Hidden among the stars, Earth's secret fleet waited. These were not ordinary ships. They were massive warships from humanity's ancient past, built during the times when Earth was at war with itself and the galaxy. These ships had been designed for one purpose: to conquer. At the heart of this fleet was the Revenant, Earth's most powerful warship, a massive black dreadnought that had been hidden deep within a distant asteroid field for centuries. Its commander, Captain Sarah Drake, had been waiting for this moment her entire life. She knew that the Council's forces would attack, and she knew that humanity was ready. As the Council's ships drew closer to Earth, the Revenant and the rest of Earth's fleet emerged from their hidden positions. Hundreds of warships, equipped with advanced weapons and shields, roared into battle. The Council's fleets were taken by surprise. They hadn't expected this level of resistance from a species they believed had grown soft after 3,000 years of peace. Captain Drake's voice echoed through her command ship. "All ships, target the Council's lead vessels. Focus fire on their command ship." Her tone was calm but firm. She had trained for this moment, and there was no hesitation in her actions. Earth's fleet moved with deadly precision. Energy cannons and missile launchers fired in unison, lighting up the dark void of space with explosions and laser beams. The Council's ships, once confident in their superiority, were now struggling to defend themselves. Their shields flickered under the intense barrage of human firepower. Admiral Vartek, watching from the bridge of his command ship, was stunned. How did they hide all this?" he muttered, his face pale with shock. The humans were far stronger than the Council had anticipated. He watched as one of his destroyers was hit by a barrage of missiles, breaking apart in a fiery explosion. Meanwhile, on the surface of Earth, humanity's defense systems were fully activated. Massive cannons and missile batteries hidden in the mountains and oceans began to fire, taking down any Council ships that attempted to breach the planet's atmosphere. Humanity was not just defending, they were pushing back. Captain Drake's ship, the Revenant, led the charge. Its massive cannons fired devastating beams of energy, tearing through the Council's cruisers like paper. Ship after ship was destroyed, and the Council's forces were in full retreat. They had underestimated humanity's strength, and now they were paying the price. In the midst of the chaos, Admiral Vartek's command ship was targeted by the Revenant. Drake's crew had locked onto it with deadly accuracy. A series of powerful blasts struck the ship's hull, and alarms blared as systems began to fail. Vartek knew his time was up. "We have to retreat," he shouted, his voice panicked. But it was too late. The final blow came swiftly. A barrage of missiles from Earth's fleet hit the command ship's engines, causing a massive explosion that tore the ship apart. Admiral Vartek and his crew were gone in an instant. As the wreckage of the Council's command ship drifted into space, the remaining Council forces had no choice but to retreat. The humans had proven their strength, and the Council knew they couldn't win this battle. Their fleets turned and fled back toward the outer edges of the solar system, leaving behind the remains of their once mighty armada. Back on the Revenant, Captain Drake watched as the Council's ships disappeared from her sensors. A small smile crossed her face. "This is just the beginning," she said quietly. "They'll be back. But so will we." Humanity had struck back, and the galaxy would never be the same. The message was clear. Earth was not to be underestimated. The humans, once thought to be peaceful explorers, had revealed their true power, and now the entire galaxy knew what they were capable of. As Earth's fleet regrouped and prepared for the next phase of the war, one thing was certain: humanity would not back down. They had been preparing for this moment for centuries, and now that the fight had begun, they would see it through to the end. The war was far from over, but humanity had made their move. The Galactic Council's arrogance had led them to underestimate their old rivals, and now they were paying the price. Earth had risen again, and the galaxy trembled in fear. The galaxy had never seen a war like this. After the brutal defeat in Earth's solar system, the Galactic Council had regrouped, determined to crush humanity once and for all. They assembled their largest fleet ever, a force so massive it seemed unstoppable. The Council believed this final strike would end the war and humanity once and for all. But Earth was ready. Humanity had prepared for this moment for centuries, and now, in the face of overwhelming odds, they stood united. Across the planet, humans of all nations worked together, building their defenses and sending their fleets to meet the Council's armada. Captain Sarah Drake, commander of the warship the Revenant, knew the final battle was coming. The tension in the air was thick as she watched the Council's fleet approach. From her position on the bridge of her ship, she could see the vast number of enemy vessels filling her display screens. They were outnumbered, but they had one advantage: Earth's technology and human spirit. "Prepare for battle," Drake ordered. Her voice was calm, but the weight of the moment was clear. "This is it, everyone. We fight for our home, for our future." The Galactic Council's fleet closed in, weapons charged and ready. Leading the Council's forces was Supreme Admiral Zorak, a veteran commander with a cold, calculating mind. He had never been defeated in battle and was determined that this would not be his first failure. "All ships focus fire on Earth's lead vessels," Zorak commanded. "We will crush their defense line and strike at the planet itself." The space around Earth exploded into chaos as both fleets opened fire. Energy blasts, missiles, and laser beams lit up the sky as the two forces clashed. The Galactic Council's ships were powerful, their weapons designed to overwhelm, but the humans fought with everything they had. The Revenant led Earth's fleet, cutting through the Council's ships with precision and fury. Captain Drake gave orders rapidly, coordinating with the other commanders. Earth's warships were outnumbered, but they fought like lions, refusing to back down. Admiral Zorak watched the battle unfold, his face twisted in frustration. "How are they holding us back?" he muttered. "They're just humans." But the truth was, humans were much more than the Council had ever expected. Earth's fleet was using advanced strategies, combining ancient war tactics with their powerful technology. And as the battle raged on, the Galactic Council began to realize that victory wouldn't come so easily. In the midst of the battle, Earth's secret weapon was revealed, a fleet of experimental warships that had been in development for decades. These ships, hidden deep in space, were equipped with weapons far more advanced than anything the galaxy had ever seen. Cloaked in invisibility, they moved silently through the battlefield until, at the perfect moment, they struck. Massive energy beams cut through the Council's ships, tearing apart their strongest vessels. The tide of the battle shifted. The Galactic Council, once so sure of their victory, was now in disarray. On the Revenant, Captain Drake watched as the enemy fleet began to falter. "Now's our chance," she said. "All ships concentrate fire on their flagship. Take out Zorak and the rest will fall." The human fleet responded with precision. Missiles and energy blasts rained down on Admiral Zorak's command ship, overwhelming its defenses. Zorak's eyes widened as his ship's shields collapsed. "Impossible," he whispered, staring at the destruction around him. With a final devastating barrage, Zorak's ship was obliterated, and the remaining Council forces fell into chaos. Without their leader, they were lost. Earth's fleet pressed the attack, pushing the Council's ships back, destroying them one by one. As the last of the Council's ships retreated into the darkness of space, a cheer erupted across Earth's fleet. They had won. Against impossible odds, humanity had emerged victorious. The Galactic Council's forces were defeated, and the war was over. Captain Drake stood on the bridge of the Revenant, watching the enemy flee. Her heart pounded with a mix of relief and pride. "We did it," she said quietly. "We showed them what humanity is capable of." Across Earth and its colonies there was celebration. Humanity had not only survived, they had proven their strength to the entire galaxy. The Galactic Council, once the rulers of the stars, had been humbled, and Earth, once thought to be a peaceful, unremarkable planet, had become a symbol of power and resilience. But even in victory, there was a sense of caution. The galaxy would not forget what had happened, and while the Council had been defeated, humanity knew there would always be those who would fear and challenge them. But for now, peace had returned. Captain Drake looked out at the stars, her mind already thinking of the future. The war was over, but humanity's journey among the stars had only just begun. As Earth's fleet returned home, victorious and united, one thing was clear: the galaxy would never again underestimate the power of humans.